here is my list of 10 ways to overcome camera shyness, which I feel shy right now and a little nervous. So take that for what it's worth. Hear me out, listen to some of my ideas. They might make a ton of sense to you, and if you resonate with those ideas, then maybe it means it's a good idea. Otherwise, don't trust anything I say. Just trust what you feel is right. And maybe you could even try some of these things, and if they work for you, well then that's perfect, because there's probably different things that would work for different people. It's not a one size fits shoes, or one shoe fits all, or whatever they say. So number one, desensitize yourself. This was the first thing that I thought of when when the inspiration came to me on creating a video about overcoming camera shyness, despite the fact that I'm a camera shy person who has no experience in front of a camera. So in order to desensitize ourselves to this nervous energy and the throat clamping up and the mouth getting dry and stuff like that, we need to do this more often. Just like anything, if there's something that makes us uncomfortable, the more we do it, the more we can find comfort in it, the more we expand our comfort zones. Number two, distract yourself. Now that I think about this one, it's probably not a good idea. So what I had in mind for this idea was that you have something like chorizo con huevos. So yeah, distract yourself. Maybe I was thinking like you could have a prop. You could be doing something while you're making a video or in front of the camera. But I'm starting to realize it's not a good idea, because now I have chorizo con huevos in my mouth. It might be hard to hear me. You might hear like the spoon clanking the plate, stuff like that. It might be less engaging for the viewer, or maybe the viewer would be like, oh, hey, look, I'm experiencing chorizo con huevos with the guy on the interweb. So that might not be a good idea. Number three, have a nice setting. So prior to making this video, prior to getting my camera out and my little microphone thingy, prior to making the list of 10 ways to overcome camera shyness, I was trying to figure out where I would make this video. And I was thinking like, oh man, should I go to a park? Should I go someplace outdoors? What places do I know of where I could just kind of set like my little camera tripod with my camera and just sit there and talk and not have too much like outside external noise or anything like that. So I was really trying to figure it out. And then I kind of decided on making the video in my room and just like turning up the lights in this corner and opening the window all the way and just like flooding my room with light. I mean, it makes sense thinking about it now, because like my bed again is where I'm comfortable and where I've done so much of my work throughout my life. For good or for bad, who knows? So have a nice setting. Your bed, for most people, a bed is probably not the right setting. I feel like I could sit on my bed and do this video and still kind of come across professionally and get my ideas across and maybe connect with my audience. Maybe some people, maybe they're bothered that I'm just on my bed making a video. To those people, you know, they're just not my audience, and you know, I don't know, maybe let me know if you want to email me or something. Shoot, I don't even have like an email or anything set up. Alrighty, and we're back. So I just set up an email address that I can be reached at. It's acmericatv@gmail.com. That's ACMERICATV@gmail.com. So yeah, I guess I'm not sure if I introduced myself. My name is Acme. This should probably be at the beginning of a video. So if you're camera shy, remember to just say who you are in the beginning of a video rather than it just being a completely jumbled mess. So I still have some learning to do. This video wasn't structured very well, and I actually kind of started it. I don't know how it got started. This is actually a very confusing time right now in my life. I'm just kidding. So yeah, acmericatv@gmail.com. You can reach me there and let me know whatever stuff. I don't even know what I was talking about. But back to the list of 10 ways to overcome camera shyness. Okay, so have an outline. Yeah, number 4 is have an outline. So I had an outline for this video of just the 10 ways to overcome camera shyness. I didn't have like an overall video outline, like introduce myself, I don't know, say something about this topic, or say why it's important to learn these things, and then get into the list of it, and then like conclusion at the very bottom. So I didn't really think to do that. I'm going to try to do that for my next video. Actually, I intend on doing that for my next video. I think that's the right way to approach it, so that there's just some sort of structure and flow to a video from beginning to end. Number 5, pretend you're on a phone call with a friend of yours or someone that you know, someone that you're comfortable with. So if I just pretend right now that, you know, I'm talking to a buddy of mine, I would feel much more comfortable. Maybe you have other people in the house or wherever you're at, maybe there's some other people around you and you're trying to work on something like, camera work. You're trying to do some work in front of a camera, and maybe a part of you is self-conscious, like, oh, they're hearing what I'm saying, they're hearing me talk to myself all alone. But in reality, you're not really talking to yourself. You're communicating to an audience, but the only thing is there's just a little delay between the conversation that you're presenting and the audience that's listening to you. And then they might give you feedback by emailing you at acmericatv@gmail.com or commenting on YouTube. So I mean, it's definitely a conversation, but it's a little strange in the way that it works. So approach it like you are having a conversation with someone that you trust, and it should make your camera shyness dissipate a little bit, I think. Okay, number 6, start journaling. Now, I personally have always had trouble with expressing my thoughts or my feelings. I think there's always been just a part of me that I'm learning to overcome, but it's a part of me that doesn't want to impose or burden people with like my thoughts or my feelings, or if I'm upset, or things like that. Or like even if I'm like super happy because of some big accomplishment or something that excites me, like maybe other people are like not feeling well, maybe they're upset about something, maybe they're depressed or just bummed out, or feeling lonely, and then I wouldn't want to impose like my happiness on them. They might be like, oh, this isn't right, so a part of me has always felt like I don't know, like I've kind of repressed some of my expression so that I wouldn't burden anyone, and I'm learning now to open up more and express myself. Journaling is like a free write. It could be 1 paragraph long, it could be 1 sentence long, it could be 10 paragraphs long or 10 pages long. I don't journal that much. I typically spend between 10 and 20 minutes journaling, sometimes less. Actually, I've had times where I've just spent 5 minutes journaling, but I'm a fast typer, so I'm able to get a lot out on paper. Actually, I don't think I do 20 minutes. I think probably at most it's about 15 minutes when I journal. And it can just be anything at all. Things that happened during your day, things that you're feeling at the moment when you're journaling, things that you felt earlier in the day that you were journaling, maybe things that happened to you yesterday or in the last week or in the last month or in the last year, things that you're looking forward to in the future or things that you're afraid of in the future, plans that you have or goals or ambitions or accomplishments that you hope to achieve in the future. I don't know, people in your life, things that you're like currently experiencing, like you're in the middle of a really awesome TV show, or you have a blister on your foot, whatever it might be. You can literally journal about anything. And it's just kind of the process of like, okay, what's coming up to my mind right now? I'm gonna write about it. Did anything important happen today? I'm gonna write about it. And this is still self-expression, even though it's done without the intention of anybody else seeing your journal. For my journal, I use Evernote. I just created a notebook called Journal, and then I'll just open it, do a new note in Journal, and just kind of have a free write. And I'll just make up whatever title, it completely random. Like my title for today is Super Saiyan. Other times it'll just like the title will have to do with like kind of the theme of my day or how I'm feeling or stuff like that. Number 7, greet strangers. Now, I know you probably shouldn't talk to strangers, maybe especially if you're like a younger person, but whenever you get the chance and you kind of make eye contact with a stranger, rather than just being kind of awkward and withdrawing and kind of like looking away and just like, I mean, maybe that's not you, but that was me. I'm like totally like that. And sometimes I still am. I just kind of like, Arr! And then I just disappear because I don't know, like I don't want to bother people. I don't want people to think like, I don't want to like feel like I'm intimidating them by like, I don't know, being like just aggressively like saying hi or I don't know, something like that. So now one of the things that I do when I go on my morning walks, and if you're like someone who doesn't get out too much and you don't really see too many other people, so you're like, oh, I don't really have opportunities to say hi to strangers or to greet strangers, then you should seriously consider, if you can, going on a 10-minute walk every day, 10 to 20-minute walk. My walks usually last between 40 minutes and an hour, which is a significant amount of time. But if you're just doing a 20-minute or 15-minute walk every single day, I guarantee you, you're gonna walk past 10 different people. Okay, maybe not 10, and it does depend on the time, but probably like at least 5 people. And that's 5 opportunities to expand your comfort zone and just be like, hi. Or maybe you just start off by like nodding your head. Because I couldn't say anything initially, like in July when I was trying to do that. And it's, it's August 1st right now. But like today, I walked by a couple of people and I said, good morning, hello. And honestly, I felt like a little uncomfortable in doing so, but then people smile back, like just a big smile, and they're like, oh, hi, or good morning, and it's like they're like super friendly, and there was nothing to be afraid of. And so it just empowers me to be more expressive. All right, number 8, check your breath. And actually, I don't mean to check to see if your breath is stinky because your audience can't smell your breath, but you should check, I guess I should say, check your breathing. Because one of the things that happens, and I learned this kind of through my yoga practice and probably from some other sources as well, but one of the things that happens when you're in a situation that's making you nervous or that makes you feel anxious is that your kind of like lizard brain fight or flight response kicks in, and it will make your breath more shallow. So, I mean, like, normally, like, your breathing probably isn't, like, super deep, like, monk level breathing on, like, a day-to-day basis. But it's not super shallow either. It's somewhere in between. There's kind of like a comfort zone of breathing. And when something is just making you feel nervous and anxious, like, your comfort zone of breathing, like, really kind of gets squeezed. And so you by turning your awareness to your breath, you can kind of consciously relax just your brain and your body and kind of bring yourself back to this neutral place, just that your normal self. Because when you're camera shy, you're basically getting hijacked by those nerves and anxiety, and you're no longer your normal self. Something like literally starts taking over. So check your breath, try to expand and push your comfort zone back out to its normal range by breathing more deeply, by slowing your breath a little bit. And also by doing this, now you're putting your attention, your awareness, your focus on kind of the movement of air coming in and out of your body, right? So instead of your brain like frenetically just like being like super focused on like, oh, I'm so nervous, oh, I'm not sure if I can do this, and maybe doubts, or you know, you're super aware of your like discomfort. Instead of that, your awareness is on your breath. So you get away from that and you put your awareness on something that's much more peaceful. Number 9, you could get a camera person, and you don't have to hire a camera person. It could be a friend, a family member, maybe even if you could like set your cat there or your dog and just be like, sit boy, good, stay right there on that stool, don't move. So that you basically have someone or something, maybe a teddy bear. I actually have well, I don't have teddy bears. I do not have teddy bears. No, but maybe you could just put something there so that it's not like you're just having a conversation or talking into like this black hole of darkness and fear and regret. That, yeah, okay. Number 10, do vocal exercises. I'm kind of getting this from the Pinocchio play that I was in, the drama class that I was in high school. I remember some of the vocal exercises we did, but depending on just who you are and where you are, you might not be able to, you know, get into some weird vocal exercises, or maybe you just don't know any. But you could either maybe look up videos on vocal exercises. I'm sure there's like thousands of videos on that. Or maybe you could just kind of get like, if you can, if like you have some privacy, or if you're not or if you don't feel the need for privacy, you could just like maybe start making some weird noises and just doing things that are like really activating your lungs, your vocal cords, your throat, your mouth, your tongue, your lips, just to loosen up all that stuff for your video. I didn't do any of that, and I actually still feel a little constriction in my throat right now. So maybe I should have done that, and maybe I'll do it next time. I'll just go in the backyard and just like some weird stuff is gonna happen, and I'm just gonna hope that none of the neighbors are out in their backyards and like they call the cops because like someone's going crazy next door. Number 11, watch stand-up comedy. Now I know this is a great idea because it comes directly from James Altucher. He talks about before he goes, like even if it's like going, just meeting with friends or going to like a dinner party, or if he's actually getting on stage and doing like a TED talk, or going to be on TV and doing an interview, he will watch stand-up comedy, like high-level stand-up comedy. So like if you watch 20 to 30 minutes of stand-up comedy, or maybe 10 minutes would even be fine, before you go out on a date, or you go to an important business meeting, or you meet up with your friends, or you're going for an interview, you're going to get interviewed, or maybe you're the one interviewing someone else. You know, by watching some of that high-level stand-up comedy, your brain will kind of like, all those different switches will kind of be activated, and you'll be able to pull from that comedian's talent and kind of incorporate it in your own interaction with those people, and actually with the camera. So in this case, with the camera and with your online audience or TV audience, whatever, you know, whatever the camera's connecting you to. I didn't do that. Maybe if I did, I wouldn't feel nervous. Well, I actually am starting to feel calmer now, more relaxed, but I still feel a little tightness like in my upper chest region. So number 12, go poop. I noticed when I was getting the camera set up and just like thinking this through, working out the list like real quick, like I don't know if you look at this video and you think, oh man, this is like well done, like oh, this guy prepared. Like I did this super fast, and that's why I don't think this is actually going to be a very good video. I mean, maybe it's all right, maybe the ideas are good, but the structure of it, like there's not really a clear beginning, middle, and end. Beginning, middle, and end. Yeah, so there's definitely a lot of room for improvement. I'm still gonna put this out there. Still gonna like start. I'm still gonna start expressing myself much more and just communicating who I am with the world. But yeah. So I noticed that I had to poop. Sorry, I lost track of what I was saying. I noticed that like things were like moving, you know, and maybe it was the anxiety or kind of like nerves. And probably the last thing you want if you're in the middle of shooting something, especially if it's something that you can't shoot again. And part of my intention with this video was that I was not going to shoot it again. Just make a video, just one time. Like when we have conversations with friends, we don't get to like start over. Like if we start saying dumb things or things that don't make sense, or if we say something that upsets our friends, we don't get to start over as if it never happened and then just kind of like redo it and get it right and then, oh yeah, that's good. No, we don't get to do that. So go poop. You only get one shot at this. You can, I mean, if it's for YouTube, you can have as many shots as you want. Personally, it's just one shot. This is as good as live. Any of my videos, I don't ever want to have to redo a video, and I'm not going to. I mean, I'll edit them if they need some editing, but nothing major. I'm not gonna like remove entire segments and put in entire segments, or yeah, stuff like that. Number 13, put on lotion and chapstick, or like, I don't know, maybe you don't use lotion or chapstick ever, but if on occasion or frequently, if you use them frequently, you might find that your face feels kind of more smooth and silky or comfortable or whatever. I don't use lotion. I just use a little coconut oil, and it's just like, you know, it's hydrating, moisturizing, something like that. Just makes kind of like my face feel smoother. I don't know if there's any cracks in my skin or whatever. Like the coconut oil just fills it all up, and it's like so creamy and very nice. Maybe on this note, maybe personal hygiene, like if you haven't showered in like a day and a half or 2 days, like maybe before doing the video, you would feel much more comfortable if you had a shower. So I did that too. Like I didn't do it with the intention of like, oh, I'm gonna be making a video today. I shall take a shower and prepare myself. No, shaving my head was on the agenda, and after that I had to shower, get like all those little evil hairs remaining out off of my body. Yeah, and chapstick is important too. Actually, since I started the video, or actually before I started the video, I had some water to drink, and it may have even been in the beginning of the video, and then I ate some chorizo con huevos, and so now my lips are feeling a little dry. And I think whenever we are gonna go out in person, maybe go out and meet with someone, or go out on a date, or just go out in public, probably most people will start licking their lips or become self-conscious of the state of their lips or the amount of dryness there is. And rather than have that pop up at the beginning or at any point during doing something in front of a camera, it's probably just best to just put a little something on there, especially if it's something that you normally do. If your lips never get chapped, or if your lips are always chapped and you just don't notice it, you never feel it, then it's not a problem. But otherwise, it might be something that makes you feel uncomfortable and might take away from your engagement with your audience. Number 14, drink water. So this came to me, this like idea came to me right before I started the video. And so I went to the kitchen, I got some water, and I think I even sipped from it a few times earlier on in the video. So it kind of acted as a prop in a way. So that was kind of cool. Although some videos, depending on what you're producing and who your audience is, reaching down and grabbing some water and just drinking it and just kind of interrupting the flow of your video might not be appropriate. It might not even be appropriate for this video, but hey, this is a bold new world where people can drink water and talk to their pretend internet friends anytime that they want. So it's wonderful. Lastly, number 15, be yourself. You know, when we're in front of a camera, or sometimes even just like in front of another person, maybe someone who we don't know well, or someone that we're trying to get to know better, it's very easy to try to be who we think they want us to be. But the problem with that is that we'll never truly connect with them because we're not connecting with them. Even if they love what we're projecting, it's actually not us. They're connecting with like this like imaginary like thing that isn't us, but like we're here, like be down to earth, be yourself. So that's why, like in this video, I wasn't trying to cover up the fact that I was nervous. I wasn't trying to cover up the fact that this is like my first like serious like video where I'm trying to do something and connect with people and put myself out there. You know, I just be honest, just be real, be yourself. And in doing that, you'll have a connection far stronger with your audience or with other people than you ever could by just trying to please them or being or trying to pretend to be who you think you should be, because there's no should be. Like you shouldn't be anyone. Like you are you. Just be you and own you and love you and express yourself, and people are going to be super receptive to that and just absolutely love it. And I know this is true in my heart. Like I haven't like done a double-blind study on this or anything, but I know this is true because there are some like internet personalities or authors or people like that, like James Altucher, who I mentioned before, who are just so real and just so themselves and just so like blatantly, like bluntly, honestly, just like so them, like shamelessly, that you can't help but feel like, wow, like that person is like that's actually really, really cool. Like I find it so awesome. And yeah, okay, so this is my first video. I'm probably gonna go through and cut out little tiny bits, maybe that don't really fit in very well or whatnot, or maybe I'll just leave it like this. I have no idea how long this was. Hopefully it's not like 45 minutes or 30 minutes. If it's under 20 minutes, that would probably be really cool. I didn't want to make a long video for this, but it kind of happened. So anyway, this was my video on the 10 ways to overcome camera shyness by yours truly, probably one of the most camera shy people who's uploading videos on YouTube right now. But I thought that some of these ideas were really good, and I'm actually going to start incorporating a lot of, maybe all of these ideas, or at least half of them, in future videos. And I think I would like to make a video every single day. I mean, hey, that'd be pretty cool. And like I did say, like the number one thing was to desensitize yourself. So to become very, very comfortable looking into the black hole of the lens of the camera. And I don't know, maybe that's just the way that we on this end of the camera truly can connect in a super deep way with the people who are gonna ultimately watch whatever videos we produce. So with that being said, that's the end of the video. If you liked it, then this is YouTube, right? So there's a like button, or are there stars? There aren't stars anymore. So if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you really liked it, go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to be making videos every single day, and I'll probably do something like in this format of sharing like lists of different ideas that I come up with. So kind of like how-to videos, or sharing my perspective on different things. Might not necessarily be a list, but maybe I'll have like some sort of business idea, or some sort of idea on like productivity or personal development, or I can talk about what I'm going through with my own personal development practices that I'm incorporating into my everyday life. These brand new powerful habits that I'm forming. So yeah, and if you are watching this and you have any questions or requests or comments or feedback, like if I'm doing something terribly wrong, like the way I'm sitting or my posture or my voice, or the microphone isn't working right, or my face, like I should shave my beard, like any feedback at all, like I'm pretty good at discerning just like trolls commenting, and I'm pretty good at discerning the difference between if someone's just trying to troll me, or if someone's actually like genuinely giving me some criticism, like positive feedback, like critiques. So any feedback I can get at all is super appreciated. I'm going to take it all to heart, except for the trolls, and we'll just take it from there. Why am I nervous? Oh man. Man, I was like crisscross applesauce so hard. Maybe I can put this in the bloopers. Oh wow. I'm actually in some pain right now. Actually, I'm not even sure if I'm recording. Yeah, we're recording. We're live. Oh man. Well, hey, this could go in the bloopers. That would be kind of funny. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for the blood to flow back into my lower feet. Let's just all take a deep breath. Come on, everybody. The count of 3. You ready? All right. I was so nervous I forgot to count. So on the count of 3, 1, 2. You know, I don't even know how to do video editing or audio editing or anything like that. Like, what the heck am I doing? Thanks for watching.